in those cities are looking really forward to this game on Sunday. As a person who's going to be participating in this game, kind of what's kind of your anticipation about it right now?
Yeah, no, very excited about the game. Know that it's going to be a very physical game, and I embrace the physicality, so very excited about that, and I know we are as well. Going to be a great matchup, and excited about it.
Is that what makes this rivalry, the physicality?
Yeah, I think this rivalry well before I was born, because shoot, the Ravens was 96, so yeah, it's like, it's been going on for a while. I remember watching it like growing up as a kid, even though in Georgia you would see, the Ravens versus Steelers, whether that was in the playoffs or whether that was in the regular season, always been one of those matchups that you just know is going to always like be a tough physical game, and like, it's always going to be chippy. So you look forward to those matchups, and I'm just excited about the opportunity, excited to be playing here, and excited about the matchup with these guys.
John Harbaugh just said that there's a chance Ardarius rejoins you. How much of a boost could he give you guys in the secondary?
Yeah, absolutely. Got a great deal of respect for AD, the way he work day in and day out, who he is as a person. So if he is playing, excited for him. If not, I'm sure he will be one day whenever his time is. So just focusing more on the things that I can control, and that's just how I go out and how I play and how I lead and how I command the defense. So that's my main focus, and whoever is out there, that's up to the coaches.
Given your history in Chicago, what was your reaction when you saw Aaron Rodgers sign with the Steelers, and what's it going to be like to go against him in this rivalry?
Yeah, no, got a great deal of respect for the guy. You don't play, 20-plus years in this league if you're not one of the most talented people there that's played the game. So got a great deal of respect for him, but at the end of the day, it's more so about us and what we do. So we just have to go out, impose our will, and like play our brand of football, and that's what it's just going to come down to. And like, got a great deal of respect, but it's not about that.
Roquan, 5 games left, and you and the Steelers are tied here. Do the players discuss kind of the big picture of those last 5 weeks and how important this is specifically in that stretch, or is it totally focused on Sunday?
Yeah, it would be crazy for me to say if I don't you don't look forward at all. But like, honestly, it's more so about the moment that we have right now, and that was like a question I posed to the guys, more so like, what are you willing to do for the game? And I think that's what it just like boils down to. And I think this is a perfect week for that. Like, just, hey, we obviously get to play the game we love. Football is the reason we're all here, obviously out there on the field as well. And like, just the type of connections and the things that football has brought us all into our lives. So just about like being prepared, giving everything you got, and knowing that, hey, if someone told you you control your own destiny in life or just in anything, like what would you give up? And I'm sure a lot of people would like say, heck yeah, sign me up for that. And like, we're in that position right now. So it's more so about what you're going to do with it. And it's not about talking about it. It's about more so showing with your actions. So that's what it is. And at the end of the day, it starts with this game right here. And this, forget everything from the past. It's more so about this week. And this week it's the Pittsburgh Steelers. And obviously we're tied right now, so it's a big matchup. But at the end of the day, it's still the game of football, and we just have to go out and play our brand of football. And if we do that, we'll like our chances.
To that point, Megan asking that question, kind of delivering that message to the team. What prompted that in your mind? Is that being close in recent years? Is that the veteran experience? And what was it in your mind that prompted you to kind of, challenge you guys with that?
Honestly, man, I was just sitting down. I was just thinking, like, it just popped up in my head, because I ask myself questions sometimes, and I'm like, what am I willing to give up sometimes? I'm like, what am I willing to give up? And like, I think that's different for each and every person, because it's like we're all unique in our own way, and like the chance of you being you is pretty crazy when you look at the numbers behind it. So I think it was just something that was going through my head, and I was like, something going through my head, I should maybe ask the guys, and I thought it went over very well. And like, it's something that we tend to like lose sight of just because like, hey, we get to play this awesome game, this kid game for a king's ransom, and we get to just, go see the world, do crazy things, and like meet amazing people. And it's all because of this game of football. That's why all of you guys are here too. And it's like, without football, none of this would be possible. And so when you really think about that, like, so how are you willing in a sense to pay the game back or just like show your appreciation for the game? And I think that goes from a coaching staff to the players to everyone, because it's like everybody in this building. Like, so you just want to think about it like that, and it's just like say, hey, and knowing that you're not going to get it back. And it's about just taking advantage of like the time that we have doing this, because we're going to look back one day and be like, man, I remember that story I wrote on this when you're not writing stories anymore, or I remember this play I made when I'm not playing anymore. So like when you think things like that, man, and just show your appreciation, and it's not about words, it's more so about showing it with your actions. So I think that's just like what it is, and I thought it went over really well with the guys.
Did you say that after the game, or was that when you guys came back to work this week?
That was this week. Yeah.
What was the reaction you got from guys? And did anything stand out in that reaction to you?
Well, it's more about just like taking it all in. You don't need a reaction. Like, it was more so, I don't need actions. I don't need like words, anything like that. It's about showing it, and you show that when you play the game of football throughout the week in practice, as well as in the game on Sunday. So I think it boils down to that. It's not about like just like looking for hoorah, anything like that. It's more of the truth, and you show me how you play the game. And I think that's plain and simple.
When you look at the AFC North, you guys came into the season with a lot of expectations. So did Cincy, so did Pittsburgh. Is it surprising that, here in Week 14, 6-6 is first place in the AFC North?
Man, I think you never envision 6-6 at this point, like with the expectations. But at the end of the day, expectations are expectation, and they don't mean anything. So it's more so about what you go out and do. And I think that's the biggest thing. But like at the end of the day, if you told me Week 14 at the beginning of the season you'll be tied for first place, you control your own destiny, I'm signing myself up for that every day of the week and twice on Sunday. So like, and I'm sure each and every guy can attest to that in the locker room. And I think that's what it's more so about. Forget everything that's happened, because the only thing that matters right now is the moment that we're in and the moment that we have. And that's what it is this week versus Pittsburgh at M&T Bank, whatever time it is. That's what matters. In 14 as well, but at the end of the day, we're physical as well. That's what we pride ourselves on. So it's about physical meets physical, and who's more physical. That's what it boils down to, and that's what it's going to be at M&T Bank Stadium. So if you love physicality, tune in. If you don't tune in. And I'm all about it. So I'll make sure I'm ready, and as I know I will be.
Speaking of that physicality, what has Draymond Jones brought to this defense, and how well has he fit into that kind of mantra?
Yeah, great deal of respect for Dre, how he came in, how he's adapted to the style here. He's been a physical player pretty much his whole career. A big end for sure, and like just the way the guy worked, don't say much, just come in, put his head down, and just eager to get better day in and day out. So I'm just excited for more opportunities to go out to war with him, and for him to be here and help us continue to win.
With Kyle Hamilton, sometimes you're lined up real close to him in that pocket. We see him around here, and seems very polite, intelligent guy. What's he like during the games? Like, you hear him out there. What is Kyle Hamilton in game action?
He's a dork. No, I'm kidding. But like, no. He's a really good dude, man. Very, very intelligent. And like, man, yeah, being able to just line up with that guy when he's close to the box, man, it takes a lot of pressure off everybody down there, like D linemen, linebackers, and everyone, because he's just as big as a linebacker, just as physical as a D lineman linebacker. So like, man, he got all the intangibles, and very smart as well. So he see a lot of different things coming, and obviously he's a mismatch for receivers and most tight ends as well that are trying to block him. So like, yeah, I got a great deal of respect for him, the way he worked, who he is as a person, great family. So I'm just grateful to be able to play with the guy, and I just know he's just going to continue to keep climbing the ladder and continue to keep getting better. Yeah.